Hey there, thanks for watching. I am just back from a hot yoga class and a trip to the grocery store, and I am here with a quick grocery haul and kind of a chance to talk through my current food philosophy. This is something that I have kind of been shifting and changing and tweaking over the past few months, and I've really found it useful and helpful, and that it serves me really well, which is why I'm coming to you to share it. So, just to kind of give you a bit of a backstory, these past couple months have been a little bit challenging for me in terms of transition and things that are coming at me that are not necessarily easy. When someone points out how you need to change, especially in a work setting, it's not always the most easy or the most fun thing that happens to you. So that was happening to me for sure over the past really the first 6 months of the year, and it was tough. It's tough to take any kind of like negative feedback, but I was determined to use it to grow. However, to grow, it was in the moment really challenging, and I found myself emotionally reacting to that, and that would translate into sort of a bad eating. I would eat these comfort foods that had no nutritional value, things like potato chips, cake, cookies, all of, bad stuff. And as a result, I would feel bad, which led to bad things, bad performance, and then I would feel even worse, and I would eat bad food, and then that led to bad performance. It was this vicious cycle that I was in, and I knew it. I just didn't know how to get out of it. So around that time, my mom, who I was sharing the house with at the time, was also going through a tough time, and I noticed that she would make these smoothies, and she would put things like frozen blueberries from the Dollar Tree, parsley, cilantro, ginger, garlic at times, lemon, and she would just have all these smoothies all around, and I was like, that's interesting, and I was like, Mom, what's with all the smoothies? And she said, I just want to feel good. And I thought that's exactly it. And I've known for a long time that food is medicine is a great philosophy, and you should eat foods that help support you, and I knew that in my head, but I didn't know that in reality. So watching my mom do that, I was like, oh, that's a great idea, and just gradually, she did not say a thing to me like, oh, you should do this or you should do that. She just did it herself, and she was taking care of herself, and I gradually was like, oh, I want to take care of myself too. So that is how she kind of motivated me indirectly to change my eating. And so I would say that because of her interest in nutrition, I grew up eating healthy maybe, I want to say at least 60 to 70% of the time. Like, there just wasn't the junk food in the house. That said, we would also go through periods where like we'd have donuts or potato chips, and like every now and then there would be like periods of, not so great food. So again, 60% of the time we were eating healthy. But that would vary, and for me, now that I'm a grown-up, a grown-ass person, I am making my own nutritional choices, and it's important to have a nutritional philosophy that, for me, serves me and helps support me mentally, physically, and emotionally, because I for sure find that there's a link between good nutrition and emotional health. So this is my current grocery haul. So like I said, I came back from a hot yoga class, and I stopped at ShopRite, which is the supermarket closest to me. I didn't do any price matching. I didn't go crazy looking for like the best deals. I just bought what I knew would serve me for about the week ahead. So this is, on this my receipt, I spent $23.23. And again, this is just, I buy for myself. I'm a loner in my house at the moment. And I just buy things that I know will serve me throughout the week. And this is probably, I have some stores right there. So this is, I bought a lot of fresh foods to help kind of supplement that, and then some staples that I was running low on, as well as some things for a recipe that I'm hoping to try. So this is what I bought and how I plan for it to help support me. So I got some mixed greens, which I'm planning to portion out and then have that for lunch. I meal prep my lunches, and they are, I tell you, it takes me 20 minutes. I will put this with like a dressing and let that marinate because they're a little bit tougher. They have a lot of tons of vitamin A, C, calcium, fiber, and iron. Dark leafy greens are a good source of iron. So I'm going to take that, put it on a dressing, and then have boil some hard-boiled eggs, and then that's going to be my lunch for 4 days in a row. Friday I get lunch at work. So that is my lunch, and that was $3. These 2 bagged salads were 2 for $4, which is really expensive. But it's convenient, and it's a convenience food that serves me. This will be a dinner for me. I will take this and something else that I got. Sardines, and I call it my poor man's poke bowl. I will take this, sardines, a dressing, and some rice, mix it all together, and dinner is done. It has protein, the micronutrients that come from the veggies and the lettuce, and the carbs, the sort of starchy carbs that give that feeling of satiety or feeling full, and that'll be my dinner. And for what it is, cost per unit, it's really expensive, but for the convenience, I will take that. I also got a head of romaine lettuce, which I have been really into lately because it's crunchy, it's refreshing in the summer, and it has a lot of calcium. So it's not necessarily the highest in nutrients, but I love the calcium and the crunch, again, especially in the summer. So I will chop this up, put it in a plastic bowl, and have that to snack on throughout the week. Put some dressing or eat it plain. And that'll be my snack as well as another dinner option. So this will be my snack. These are dry roasted edamame, which is soybeans. Some people, and especially women, there's like a high amount of like esterol or like the estrogen sort of something to do with it, estrogen production, which you shouldn't eat a ton of these. However, as an alternative to potato chips, they're fine. It has that crunch, that salt, but also protein and fiber, and good nutrients, better nutrients. A lot of iron too, so much better alternative to the crunch and the salt of the seaweed of the chips. And these were how much were these? $1.69. So I'll try to portion that out and see what I can do as far as making that last throughout the week. The lettuce was $1.99, which is kind of expensive, but again, I really like it. The sardines were $1.59 each, and there we go. They were actually a little bit more expensive because they're in water. So they're wild-caught sustainable sardines in water, 1,700 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids. The ones in water were about 50 cents more expensive than the sardines in oil, and there was like a special deal on the sardines in oil. And I almost got them, sorry, that's the oven that just rang. I almost got them, but I didn't, and I'll tell you why, because they had 3 more grams of saturated fat, and I was like, maybe not. So I spent the extra 50 cents, $1 for 2, and I figured that's my nutritional trade-off. I also got some tuna, which was 99 cents a can, great source of protein, which is essential for brain function, neurological repair, things like that. 11 grams of protein, no fat, or 0.5 gram of fat. 50 calories, so 100 calories per container, which is fabulous. And then for a special recipe, this was my splurge item. So I got a jar of pre-made pizza sauce for $1.49 and some plant-based mozzarella cheese for like $3.69. So these are my 2 expensive items. And the reason I got this is because I try to stay away from dairy and sugar because it messes with my skin. For me personally, I find that like immediately, as soon as I have something with sugar or like real dairy, it just causes inflammation, and I tend to get cystic acne really quickly. So that is my own findings. I don't say that for anyone else, or scientifically, I have no idea if that's backed. But for me, sorry, this bag is annoying me. Oh no, it's my bananas. For me, I've found that the sugar and dairy really bothers me, so I stay away from it. So that's why I use the plant-based alternative. So this is the Good Planet brand, free from common allergens. Great. Coconut oil is the second ingredient. Water is the first. So again, I will take it. What's a nutritional? 80 calories. How much protein? No protein. All right. So no calcium. Oh, actually, let me see. Oh yeah, it does have calcium. 8% calcium. You already have calcium. Great. I'll take that. So that is why I use plant-based alternatives there. And finally, my bananas. So this is like my dessert type treat that I have. No dairy or manufactured sugar. I know sugar is sugar, but they are a great source of potassium as well, and magnesium and all the the good things that help you feel better. So they are a great sort of end of the day snack. I will mix them with cocoa powder and mash them up, and it's like a little banana pudding type thing. So cheap and healthy, and again, an alternative to things like ice cream, especially in the summer. I'll probably throw it in the fridge or the freezer to freeze it up and give that sort of like creamy, cool feeling to it. So that is my weekly grocery haul for under $25, as well as kind of a little bit about what's helped me feel good food-wise this in this season and what's really helping serve me, because things happen and sometimes you can't necessarily control what things happen, but you can control how you respond to it and how you feel during it. So that's my haul and that's my thoughts. Thank you as always for watching, and I hope you'll keep watching. Bye!